Each year, my brother Brett and I set out for a few days of deer hunting in November during the Kansas rut. We always have the funnest time together, and this year was no different. However, this year, the mature bucks were few and far between, which made it our most challenging season to date.
Well, we had him at about 6 yards. My heart is a-going. He looked awesome at 5 yards.
He looked awesome, no doubt.
Well, we feel like he's not super old.
Past his prime.
Probably 4. Would have been fun to shoot. All right, well, we are gathering right now. It's November 22nd, and it's about 11 in the morning, and Brett had to do some chores this morning, but Jared and I came out early this morning to try to, 1, catch up to the whitetail that we had a close encounter with yesterday, and 2, relocate a big mule deer that we saw last night. He's a really heavy, mature, not really a heavy rack, but just a big, mature animal, big frame, great forks, and Brett has joined us. And we're gonna gather.
It's over.
Yeah, Brett's already counting his chickens. But no, we're gonna get the equipment together here, and we're gonna crawl down in there. We've got the location of this buck bedded with some does, so it could be a little bit challenging to kind of filter our way through. But we're gonna go give it a try. So, beautiful day to be out. Well, we got the wrecking crew headed in. We got buck decoy. Jared's got a doe decoy strapped on. Brett's got the Hoyt. And we're a bunch of happy rednecks right now, I'll tell you that. up all around the place, so we're gonna have to probably head up into these yuccas and just kind of set up like an ambush situation. Sooner or later he's gonna get up and start working these does, so he'll come down below us probably. I think we just set up and wait. Might be a couple hours. All right, well, here's the situation. We got about 2 hours till dark. This big boy gave us the slip. We slipped in earlier thinking that we had a pretty good shot. The problem was there were about 40 eyes that we couldn't get by. There were deer everywhere. So most people understand that trying to stalk in with 20 does is really difficult, and it was. They ended up moving up north and he did not come out. So either he bedded in a different spot than we thought, or he's still in there in the heavy cover and never got up. So we're gonna slip down in and set up like he's still there, Brett and I. Jared is gonna stay up top in some yucca plants, just standing with a spotting scope, watching over a vast amount of country, and hopefully pick him up. So if he's down on the bottom and he's still bedded and he gets up before dark and he's looking for a doe, we'll be there waiting. So we're gonna slip on in and just enjoy the evening, the rest of the day. Alrighty guys, we are in. We got the sun to our back, wind in our face, and again, to kind of recap, we thought this big buck came into this draw. We snuck in here earlier, all the does left, and he did not. So unless he repositioned it and we didn't know about it, we're hoping he's still in here and he'll get up looking for a doe. We've got a doe decoy. So we're gonna sit here till dark. Jared's up on the hill to our south, glassing all of this, and we'll see if we can get lucky here.
Like most big bucks do, he threw us a curveball and completely separated from the herd. The buck had no idea his does had left, and he was now on a mission to find them.
Do you want him to see the decoy?
Not yet.
Your decoy turned. He's gonna see.
Alright, we located our big boy. We had to wait to pop the decoy up because he was downwind. I don't know how he didn't wind us. So now we're gonna follow him and show him a doe decoy because he's looking real hard for does. Alrighty, he keeps relocating on us. I think he's just over this hill. He's down at the water hole where my trail cam was at. We're gonna try to peek over this hill and get a shot here. Looks good. Looks good, Brett. Alright guys, while we're trying to be quiet here, Brett just corked a dandy mule deer. We just snuck over top of this hill. And Brett got an arrow at him and him at 58 yards. The entry looked really good. And he's got stuff hanging out of the exit wound, so we feel like it's a fatal shot. He's just standing over here though. Not sure if it was just a touchback or what, maybe the angle or something like that. So we're just gonna let him be, let him bed down, and we're gonna try to slip out of here. Worst case scenario, we just kind of watch him till dark and then slip out of here. All right, well, we are out the next morning and we're gonna pick up the blood trail where we last seen the deer last night. We got our bloodhound with us. And hopefully we can pick up the trail and it'll lead us to the big buck. So we're gonna cross our fingers this morning. Still got it? Yep. All right, guys, well, we tracked blood all morning and we lost blood after he crossed the road and came into a short CRP field. It's just red grass and really difficult to track through. And luckily, we split up. Brett took his four-wheeler, I took my Polaris Ranger, and we kind of came up to this next field edge east of where we last found blood, looking for blood all along this edge and couldn't find it. And finally Brett was kind of standing up on his four-wheeler Glassman and found a rack, and luckily he stood up, moved a little bit, so unfortunately still alive. Fortunately we found him. Brett's in pretty close right now on a follow-up shot opportunity, so we're just crossing our fingers that he can get this guy down. This is not how we wanted this to go at all, but sometimes shots are a little bit off the mark, unfortunately. So anyway, crossing our fingers we get him down. All right, guys, well, November 23rd today. Yesterday, Brett and I had a good day of hunting. We spotted this guy with his herd of does first thing yesterday morning. Brett did some chores yesterday morning, and Jared and I were able to get his somewhat bedding area figured out. However, he pulled a quick one on us. We snuck into the herd and ended up, one doe picked us off. They all left. Well, he didn't leave with them. And we snuck back down in, thinking he has to be close. He's going to be by himself looking for does, so we took the heads up decoy doe in, and we ended up spotting him, or Jared spotted him, and he was kind of working our direction. And Jared just kind of watched from the hill this whole thing happen, and he ended up not coming in as close as we had hoped, so we had to reposition on him a couple times. He ended up finding another doe and a small buck by a water hole, so we were able to kind of go up and over a cornfield and drop down in another draw where the water was at. And we were able to show him the decoy right at the top of the hill as he was coming up, and it just worked out awesome. Now, Brett made a shot, and it was a tough shot. He had us pegged and dropped a little bit low. Unfortunately, sometimes when you're bow hunting, shots don't work out as we hope. So we kind of watched him till dark, came out this morning, blood trailed him for about a half a mile, and then we lost blood. So he crossed the road and was headed toward another draw. So we went over to try to pick up blood again where the grass got taller, and Brett spotted him laying down, thankfully. I mean, by the grace of God, we spotted him again, and we were able to sneak in. Brett made a follow-up shot, and he wasn't going to last much longer. hate to see him suffer, but we're glad that we ended up getting an arrow in him and getting it done. So again, heads up decoy. The Hoyt put a hurt on him, the Grim Reaper, and thankfully we were able to follow up. So just happy to hunt with Mr. Brett again.
Yes.
And every year we usually get something down one way or the other, and it took a couple days this year, but
Big stress reliever.
yeah, this guy, he was
stressed out for sure.
Yep, this guy was the biggest typical mule deer we've seen in quite a while. He's a beautiful buck, mid 170s, the high 170s, maybe 180 gross, we'll see. Just a really big old block head on him, big old ears, just a perfect deer to take out here.
Ears are all tore up.
Yep, ears tore up. He's got green stuff in his antlers. He's just been rubbing on posts and yucca plants and whatever's out here. So again, just super blessed to be a part of this and to get him on the ground. So anyway, thanks to the wives again for putting up with us while we're gone for a couple days during the rut. It's always a fun time to be out, and we're happy to get it done. So we're gonna get him loaded up, get some pictures, and move on. Good job.
Thank you, man.